Hey guys, so right now we're at Lola Linda's, and it's like a local Philippine restaurant.
Yeah.
And there's lots of these around. One tip if you want to eat budget is try to find like a local Filipino restaurant. Food, yeah.
You can eat Filipino food at the same time. You can save also, and it's very yummy. You will not regret.
Yeah, and this is just an example. There's many other places where sometimes they have like food outside. You can come pick it up, and you can just order pieces at a time. And we'll walk inside, and you guys can see the prices.
Yeah.
So here's some of the things you can get here, and you just can order one thing, or you can order different things. We usually just come up here and you can pick what you want, and then you just pay for whatever you get. And they also have more options. So this is just kind of what they have for show. And if you want something else, you can talk to the cooker, the cook, and they can make something for you.
Yeah.
But really good prices and really good food too.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, when you're in a country, it's nice to eat the local food. You know, you don't want to just go eat Burger King or McDonald's or Pizza Hut, even though they're good sometimes. If you want to do cheaper and kind of be more like immerse yourself in the culture, you can get some local food.
And it's very lamig.
It is.
It's like sometimes you can find this one to expensive restaurant. So they also sell like this in same taste.
Yeah, really. Why pay more when you can go to like a local restaurant and it's just as good.
Yeah. Sometimes you pay higher because you know the place is aircon and very convenient like that.
Yeah.
And they pay for rent, but same taste.
Same taste. I agree.
One more fish.
Alright, so we just finished ordering, and Richie's gonna tell you what we got.
Yes. So we have chicken soup.
Chicken soup.
Umba, your favorite.
Umbap, that's one of my favorites.
Yes.
Is it umbap?
Yeah, like that.
That's the song.
Yeah.
Right.
And this one is pork palabo.
Pork palabu?
Palabo.
Okay.
And this one is fish or scabeche.
Alright.
So as you can remember, we cook dried fish, escabeche, dried fish with pressing, and this one is escabeche fish.
Okay. Alright. So all of this together was $2.30.
Yes.
And this is for both of us.
Yeah.
So we're just going to share this. And if you're by yourself, it depends how much you eat, you know, what your appetite is. But I mean, I think that's a pretty good deal for two people. And another tip for budget travelers is always get service water.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah.
So, and it's more healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can start our mukbang.
Yeah, I don't know what to try first, but it looks really, really good. I'll try this. This is my favorite.
Oh.
2 spoons? I got 2 forks. It's okay. I'll just use the fork. For the soup, it's nice to have.
You should try this.
Very delicious so far, though.
Scabeche.
And with rice, it is kind of nice because with the juice, when I eat rice, I'll put the juice on the rice, and it's really good. You want to try some of this one back?
You should try.
Alright, let's try
dried
some.
fish. The difference between scabeche dried fish and scabeche fish.
I wonder which one I would like better. I think I'll know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That's really good. This sauce, boneless, even better. The sauce is really good. It's almost like a sweet and sour sauce. More sweet than sour, but it's really good.
And the soup smells really, really good.
We still need to try soup number 5. Soup number 5 or 4?
5.
5, okay. We'll try to look for that one. You better try some of this before it's all gone.
It's okay.
It's okay?
I know it's your favorite.
And the fish is probably your favorite, you think?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what vegetable this is.
Papaya.
Papaya?
Yeah, not ripe.
Alright, so this is a not ripe papaya. It's good with the soup. And this is chicken, right?
Yeah. And
There's a nice big
papaya.
hunk of chicken in there.
And another green one, I don't know. It's like similar to papaya.
That's a huge piece of chicken in there.
I think it's sikwa.
Sikwa?
Yeah. The green one, aside from papaya, sikwa also.
We washed our hands a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're good.
You will mix?
It's the only plate I have. I should have gotten another plate. It's okay, it's okay.
No plate?
It's like sauce. I think it's like good gravy.
It's very lamig, guys. So feeling.
And these restaurants are pretty much all over the place. And the prices are, sometimes you can get cheaper, sometimes it might be a little bit more. I think $2.30 for all of this, for 2 people. So divide that in 2. I think that's a really good deal. Alright, so Richie and I just finished eating. We're right outside the restaurant. And we just met these 3. And they're selling towels.
Yeah.
And what are you guys' names?
Ano pangalan mo? Sarah.
Sarah?
Alnita.
Elnita.
Alnita?
Normalita.
Normalita. Okay, and you 2 are sisters?
Yeah.
And then that's their cousin. So they're all related. When you sell these, how much do you usually make a day?
Kung makabaligya mo, pila sa yung mahalin sa kaadlaw?
Sa ay 100.
100.
Sa ay
So it depends.
It depends, alright. But around 100 a day or something like that?
Yeah.
And this is your daughter?
Yes.
And then there's another, and that's your son?
Her son.
That's your son.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're kind of doing a budget video today. So today, we're just gonna get him some food here. And then, is that okay? You guys want some food here?
Gusto mo? Na pagkaon dire?
Yeah?
Yes.
So we're gonna go inside and we'll get something for them.
Yeah.
And then we'll just go on, we'll continue the budget video.
Alright.
Alright, so their meal today, they already started eating some of it. And we told them they can get whatever they wanted. But this is what they got, and the total was 280. So that's for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. 2 kids and 3 adults. But 280, so that's a pretty good price. Alright, so Richie is investigating the fruits. What was that? Is that something you can eat or no?
Looks like grapes or lumboy, but it's not.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
a violet.
Yeah, it does. It looks like some kind of...
Don't eat.
So Richie's gonna eat this to see if it's edible. No.
Oh, it's
Is
not.
it juicy?
Wait,
Oh,
oh my god.
oh my gulai.
I'm bloody.
Oh. Man,
I have tissue here.
it didn't really get, oh, it did a little bit. So
Good thing I
don't
have
mess with fruits you find on trees. Lesson learned. And that's like, oh, you can tell that's like the stain type too. I really hope that can get out of your shirt.
Yeah.
Wow, your fingers, turned your fingers red too. That
I think this is-
exploded,
I
wow.
think this is paint. Oh,
Yeah, it's like paint. It's like an exploding paintball. So Richie and I are trying our best to find budget like dorms and places to stay, accommodation. And so far everything is closed because of the pandemic. So we came here. This is like a pension house, and before this we went to a hostel. So if I do have some tips, if you look at her face mask,
Hala.
it's on her face a little bit too. That's but if I do have some tips, I would say look up pension house in Google Maps or hostel in Google Maps. And another one is like Agoda. That's a good one to try, and booking.com. Those are probably the cheapest. And then couch surfing is what I use a lot too. And that's the cheapest. It's actually free. You can stay with a total stranger, but it's kind of, I would say if you do want couch surfing, search for someone. And actually take that back, I'm not sure if it's free any longer. It used to be free, but I haven't used it in over a year. And I think there's a car right here and we're breathing exhaust. But I'm not sure if they're free any longer, but couch surfing is another option. But that's if you're comfortable in staying with a complete stranger. If you're not, pension house is definitely good, and hostels, dormitories. In some places you find
Like,
the longer you stay, the cheaper. What were you gonna say?
just like Linda's, like that. If you will stay for a month,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you're comfortable staying in a place, if you're open-minded and want to stay like really cheap, you can probably stay in a place where it's like, how much does she spend? Is it 1,000 a month or 800 a month?
What?
Linda's.
3,000 a month.
Oh, 3,000. Okay. But I've seen it as cheap as like 1,000. Like, it depends how much. Maybe research you do and find where if you ask locals and see where really cheap places are, because I've seen it pretty low. But that's if you want to stay in one area for a long time. But if you want to just stay in an area for, oh, look at all that pizza. Wow, they got a lot of pizza in there. Hey. But it depends if you want to stay in one area. If you want to stay in one area for a long time, dormitory or some kind of place like that where you can get a better
Boarding
deal.
house.
Boarding house, yeah. But for only if you want to stay for like a few days. This one was actually, I looked at the price before we got here, it was like 700. Oh no, it was 500 something.
545.
Yeah, I think 545. So that's like just like a idea of what the cost might be.
Yeah.
And the other one, there's other hostels that can be as low as 300.
Yeah.
In Manila, the bigger the probably the city, in Manila there was probably cheaper ones than Cebu. Cebu, there's not many hostels, but there are a few. But if you do your research, you can find some cheap options.
Yeah.
But we tried our best to get inside there, but they're closed. We did another one right by Fuente Circle. They had like those capsule hostel. We went there, it was closed. If we find another one walking home, we'll try to videotape it. But right now, just because of the whole COVID situation, everything is closed. But we were staying in an Airbnb, which is around 1,000 a night, which for 2 people, that's a pretty good budget. So that's 500 if you split it with somebody. So if you're staying,
it's nice.
Yeah.
If you travel with someone.
yeah, it's cheaper. That's another tip. Like, I always travel by myself, and thinking about it, it's actually cheaper if you travel with somebody, because
You can chip in.
for everything,
Yeah.
for taxis, if you take taxis, it's
Yeah.
cheaper. You can split the cost
For
for food too.
Yeah.
And you know, for definitely for accommodation. So if you want a nicer place, like when you stay in a hostel, you're usually staying in a big bunk room, you're sharing with lots of people, and you're paying about, you know, 400 500 a night, and that's just by yourself, and that's pretty cheap. But that's by yourself. You have someone to share it with, you can get a really nice room, I think, with, you know, with a bed, with your own bathroom, with sometimes even a fridge, a place to cook for 1,000. So that's 500 500, and that's probably the best deal if you have a travel buddy. So
Agree.
so I agree too, yeah. Because we stayed in hostels before,
Yeah.
where you know, you share bathrooms, you share a room with everybody, you share pretty much everything, cooking area, all that stuff. And that's, how much do you think the one we stayed in Cebu?
350.
350, so almost 350 to 400. And that's, you know, that's when you have to share everything. So if you have a travel buddy, you can both split it and have your own room.
Yeah.
So that
And then it's not really, when you go there, it's crowded, because not all will stay there all the time. So even if it's hostel, you can stay there sometimes 2 of you only, like us.
yeah.
We stay there for, at first there's other, you know, what's that, other
Travelers?
travelers,
Yeah.
and then you can stay, it's not crowded.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you will not stay all the time together.
Yeah, usually like beds, your room when you're traveling is like your place where you put your luggage or your things, and you're out. Like,
Yeah.
you usually don't spend, so there's no need to spend all this money on a nice room. Like, you're only there just to sleep, and pretty much that's about it. So I would suggest hostels are a really good option if you're by yourself, and they're really fun if you want to meet people. Like when you travel by yourself, you know, sometimes you might get lonely. So if you stay in a hostel, lots of people, you can meet lots of people. I think I suggest that. But I don't know, so we're trying to show you different places like that you can stay and give you like an idea, but we're kind of striking out. But for cheaper ways, there's also, if you walk around, there's lots of rooms, just like right now, rooms for rent. These signs, and with the number on there, so if you see that number, we're advertised, free advertisement. But those are all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just walk down the street. Like if you're coming from a different country and coming to Philippines, I would say maybe book an Airbnb for the first week or a couple days, and then just walk around the street, and find these rents or find a really cheap place to stay if you want to be a budget traveler.
Or couch surfing if you are friendly.
Yeah.
You can get to know families and, you know.
Yeah, couch surfing to me it was my favorite. But I think they might be charging now. I don't know. I haven't used it in over a year. And I think, you know, and this whole COVID thing's messing up everything. I think because they used to be a free website, and it's very difficult to run a free website when, how you got to make money somehow. So I think they are charging now. But anyway, we might move on to transportation next.
Yeah.
We wish we could have showed you more for the accommodation, but hopefully you get the idea that there is a lot of cheap options out there, and traveling with a buddy, I think that'd be my thing. But if you do travel by yourself, traveling by yourself is fun. It has advantages and disadvantages for both ways. I think both ways. I think you should experience both. And but I guess we'll go on to transportation. So we'll cut it here, and we'll give you some tips for that. Just a couple side things that is also very budget. They have these little machines all over the place. There's hot chocolate for 5 pesos, that's about 10 cents, and 3-in-1 coffee. So you can get that there. You just put your coins in, and you can get that. And then they also have water all over the place. You just put 1 peso in, and you probably need like 2 or 3 pesos to fill up a water bottle. And then that's another budget thing, is always carry around a water bottle. And I carry this around all over the place. And I do get a new one every once in a while. I'm listening to you guys' comments and said that's not very safe to keep the same one over and over and over again. So I get a new one every once in a while. Once it starts looking a little yellowish, I start to change it. But
so
I gotta
this
do.
One, you can buy for 25 at the store.
Sometimes
25?
even 15 pesos.
Yeah, 15. And then here you can just fill this one for 3 pesos.
Yeah.
And convenient, you don't need to go to the mall and fall in line just to get water.
Yeah, just to get water. All you gotta do is save your bottle, and you're helping the environment. I think,
And if you don't have bottle, they have plastic.
Yeah, they usually have plastic in here. Right now it's empty.
But you can just ask.
Yeah. And just right around here is those little local food stalls. You go there, they're probably like 15 pesos, 20 pesos, something like that. And they're all over. There's some over there. So you don't have to walk very far to get budget-friendly food too. And it tastes better, I think.
Yeah.
They cook it usually fresh, and it's very, very tasty. Hey guys. Man, look at that brand new bike. That's nice. What is this, a motor?
Motor, electric pan, repair.
Oh, so you're a repairman.
Repairing.
All right. Nice. So if you need your fan fixed, you can, what's your name?
Boy.
Boy. Contact Boy if you want your fan fixed. Later, Boy. So now we're going to talk about transportation budgets. And that's more like a bus.
Yeah.
But there's different options. Probably the cheapest one would probably be jeepney. Or the free bus.
Yeah.
But you have to go to we rode a bus before going to SM.
SMCT.
So if you want to go to SM, that's free, but it usually doesn't go everywhere.
Yeah.
But the next cheapest one would probably be the jeepney.
Yeah, which is around 11.
Around 11 pesos.
Or 8 pesos or 7, depends on.
Yeah, it depends how long you're going to be on it. And we'll step away. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Hopefully you guys can hear us. We want to give you an example of see the things that you're going to ride. But another option is actually motorbikes.
Which is angkas.
Angkas,
Yes.
yeah.
They can also search on their phone. Angkas. It's also similar with
Like Grab.
Yeah. But if you are, walking and then you need a ride, they will just pass and ask you want to ride, like that.
Yeah, and that's where you can oh, there's the jeepney. And what you do, if they go by, you just kind of raise your hand, just like a taxi, and they'll stop for you, and you can get on. And so that's jeepney. And then what she was saying, angkas.
Angkas.
Angkas, yeah. And what does that mean? That means like
It's
a back rider.
motorbike. Yeah, back
it's like a back rider.
Yeah.
And that's a good option. In some places, there's an app. Is there an app for that one?
Yeah, app.
So there's an app in that for the Philippines. And that's a really cheap option. But if you just walk around, if you're in a bigger area like Cebu, if you walk around and either ask someone for a ride, there's lots of people that will give you a ride.
Yeah.
Because I met plenty of people that they do that as a side job. If they have a motorbike, they drive around all day long and just look for people that need a ride.
Yeah.
Like the other day, and it's a quicker way too. One day I was by myself, and I think I had to go to the SM or something like that.
Yeah.
I forget where I was going exactly, but
No, that time you received me.
okay.
I went home and when I came back, you meet me. You ride motorbike.
Okay, so I was by myself for that day. Sorry.
Yeah.
And I rode the jeepney or the motorbike, and it was very, very cheap. It's more expensive than a jeepney and the bus, but it's quicker and it gets you there, and it's still pretty cheap.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that's another
adventure.
option. It's adventure too. Yeah, they usually go in and out of traffic.
Yeah.
But if you want to drive safer or slower, you can tell the driver to go slower.
Yeah.
But there's many cheap ways to travel.
Yeah.
But those are my and tricycles.
Tricycle.
Tricycle's another
Yeah.
cheap one. And don't be afraid to haggle it a little bit. Like try to get an idea, like pay attention what the locals pay, and just to know if you're being ripped off or not. Because you know, every once in a while, it doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes it does happen. Like you know, they might try to charge you a little bit higher.
Yeah, foreigner price.
Yeah, so try to just pay attention what they charge the locals.
Yeah.
And say, you know, and don't be afraid to speak up.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes that's fun to try to haggle a little bit, because
Yeah.
they'll jokingly sometimes haggle with you. They're usually very nice people. They just, you know,
Yeah. And then
charge a little more.
if you go somewhere and then you're lost, don't hesitate to ask. They will tell you the direction. Yeah.
and want to know what the cheapest way to get around
Is your magic map
my magic map
Yeah.
is in walking.
walking?
Walking is the cheapest way,
Yeah.
so I would say just walk everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
so we haven't took it once we got here. We did take a Grab to get here,
Yeah.
because I did have a doctor's appointment earlier.
So
So
we
I did
just
take I did take a Grab to get there, but ever since then we've been walking around everywhere.
And then you will see you know, different kinds of foods on the street,
Yeah,
and you can it's like showing around.
yeah. It's like you walk, you get a little hungry.
Yeah, and look some sightseeing
Yeah,
where you cannot find when you're riding.
yeah. They just pass
Yeah.
by so quick.
Yeah.
And like it's nice to have when you walk around. You can get a little hungry. You just have a couple snacks. Like
Yeah.
today, look, we have some not watermelons,
Orange.
oranges. And we're just walking. You can get some fruits, oranges, and those are pretty cheap. And those are different prices almost everywhere you go. And here's one of the buses
ones,
that are
yeah.
a good price too. But for like these oranges, we got these for 10 pesos each, which the first time we bought them on Fuente Circle, they were 30 pesos each. And then there's different prices for wherever you go. And then one other thing, hopefully this isn't a boring video. Sorry if we are talking too much.
Yeah.
But another one is, you know, just walk around, which is free.
Yeah.
That's
And
like a free thing to do, is just
yeah.
walk around.
trying new things. And
Yeah.
then that, like what you did, you buy orange there, and then you try to buy another orange, then you learn that, oh, there's cheaper here, so you can come back here next time.
Yeah.
So it's like you will learn also.
Yeah. And even if you don't buy, you can just ask how much it is.
Yeah.
And then another one, you can ask how much it is. And then if you're in an area for a while, I recommend doing that, because then you know exactly where the cheapest oranges
Yeah.
are, where the cheapest everything is. Like haircuts too. If you want a budget haircut, look around. You can usually get a haircut for like, what, 30 pesos, 50 pesos? Usually 50 pesos. And you know, you can tip them a little bit. But haircuts is like the cheapest around. In America, guess how much a haircut is?
How much?
The cheapest one is probably 700 pesos. That's like the cheapest, is 700 pesos.
Wow.
Yeah, so here it's 50 pesos. And
If 7 pesos, I'd rather cut my hair myself.
for 700? Yeah, I know, so do I. When I'm at home, that's what I do. I cut my hair myself. But alright, I guess we'll try to figure out what's the next one. We did accommodation, transportation, food.
Yeah.
What's another one? I think
What
that
else?
might be about it.
And then if they don't want to ride, they want to have their own, you know,
A dog.
their own service, they can buy, you know, second-hand bike or motorbike. Like
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, good. When I first came here, I knew I was gonna be here for a while, so I bought a bike, and that's the cheapest way to do it. If you're here for like maybe a month or less, or even 2 months or less, maybe renting is a better option.
You can rent for 800 a day.
Yeah, it depends. Sometimes even cheaper. It depends if you're like on Sikihor. I think they have some for like maybe 500. When we were in Bohol, I think it was 450.
800.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I 800 I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was around like 600 or 500 because I talked to him and I talked to a couple different places. But
maybe for 1 month.
yeah, that's what it was. I think we did it for the whole week.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks. And then the longer you do it, the cheaper it is.
Yeah.
So that's another thing is if you want to rent a motorbike, rent it for a long time and it's usually cheaper.
Yeah.
But if you're here for like 6 months, like I plan to be, but now I'm here for like over a year and 5 months.
Yeah.
But if you're here for longer, around 6 months, buying the motorbike is the cheapest option.
Yeah.
And the best way to find a motorbike is Facebook.
Facebook.
At least for me, that was my experience. Either Facebook or ask people around that may know. If you know a local that lives here, asking people to get the cheapest one. Hey, how are you? Hey, you remember them? How you doing? We got Christine and her daughter an outfit last time we saw them. Nice bicycle.
Right there.
Cool way to get around. See you guys later. Bye bye.
Free ride.
Look at the baby smiling. She's smiling at us as they leave. Well, that was very random. That was cool to see them.
Yeah, but you can also rent bike.
Yeah, I never rented a bike here, but actually, I see that a lot in islands. But in Cebu, I think that's a good idea too. Maybe just like Google or research bikes to rent. I bet there's many places to rent a bike. But what were we talking about before they came?
Motorbike.
Motorbike. Oh yeah, okay. So the best thing to do if you're here for about 6 months would be to buy a motorbike.
Yeah.
Because once you buy it, then it's yours. Then at the end of the trip, you can sell it.
Yeah.
Usually probably not the same price you bought it for, but at least you can get most of your money back.
Yeah.
And that's a really good deal.
And one more thing, this is also one of the options. If you are very hungry and then you don't want to go out because it's rainy or it's raining, you can go check your cell phone and go to Food Panda and grab, then they will just deliver the food for you for almost the same price. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's raining, that's
Convenient,
definitely it's very, very convenient if it's raining or something like that.
Yeah.
And they have really
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay, that's okay.
Oh.
They're
Alright.
sharp nails. But they have a big selection of food. If it's raining, that's a really good idea. But we're trying to think of all the budget things that we do. We'll probably think of something once we turn the camera off. But if you guys have any budget ideas, leave them in the comments, because I bet every traveler has their own way of doing things and their own experience. And let us know, because I learn every day. Every day I'm like, oh, that's cheap. I need to start doing that more. And just like getting water everywhere you go. Walking around. I said these things already, excuse me, but you know, I just think traveling doesn't have to be expensive, you know?
Yeah.
You don't have to stay in the nicest hotel. You don't have to eat the best food every night. You know, it's about the experience. So eat local, stay local, meet locals. You know, just immerse yourself in the cultural and learn as much as you can from the locals. I think, you know, that's what traveling is about, I think, is meeting the locals and just trying to live like a local kind of. And meet as many people as you want. What do you think? Anything else you want to add?
I don't know.
Yeah. When you travel with your friends, what's some of your experiences?
I haven't traveled.
Like,
I didn't travel yet.
what about like your boarding house? When she worked, when you worked, you stayed in a boarding house,
Yeah.
right?
When in my workplace, I choose to be a staying teacher. Because there's only 2 staying teacher, and they offer, if you want to be a staying teacher, then you can have room for free food for free. So I said, okay, I like
Yeah.
that. They said, but but it's different from outsiders, other teachers. They will go out and that's it, teach and that's it. But
Yeah.
when you stay, you have other things to do also as a payment for staying here for free. I said, okay, as long as I can save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
And her job before that was working at the mall in Toledo.
Yeah.
And she's staying at a boarding house
Boarding
there.
house.
And how much was that a month?
800 a month.
So that's 800 a month.
Yeah, and then
Usually you pay 800 a night, so 800 a month.
800 a
That's
month.
very good.
And then four of you there staying, or 3, but usually 4, and it's like double bed.
Were they
Double deck.
were they your friends? Or just
Strangers.
Strangers.
Yeah. You're lucky if you will stay there 4 of your friends, then you can have your own
Yeah,
room.
that would be
But
pretty cool.
if you're working and then you don't know them or strangers, you can still stay there and get to know them and become friends.
Yeah, that's a good point. So it's distracting when taxis come by and they honk at you. They all think we need a ride. No. If we stand by the road, we get many taxis staying by us. But I think that might be about it.
Yeah.
We tried to make a budget travel video, and hopefully you guys learned something from this. We might.
But you know, you can do budget for the day, and then the next day you can also, you know, buy things that you like.
Yeah.
You can just what's that? Balance.
Yeah, you can have like a budget for the week.
Yeah.
Like if one day you can pick like a budget, like okay, today I'm only gonna spend a
Yeah.
couple hundred pesos or something. And then, you know, the next day you can say, okay, today I'm gonna go
Yeah.
do something, buy myself something, or
Yeah.
do something like that. So it's nice to have like, maybe like a weekly budget.
Yeah.
But it is good to budget your travels because you don't want to spend all your money in the first week or the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Especially if you're traveling for a very long time. It's nice to
Yeah.
kind of keep a budget.
It's like budget traveler.
Yeah. And so that's probably about it. Anything else you think?
And then I'm like Dustin
three
now.
days later, yeah.
if you travel like to province,
Yeah.
you can just stay in your tent.
In your tent.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I bring my tent when I travel.
Yeah. Sleep on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stayed for free many times sleeping in my tent.
Yeah.
And I have my hammock too, which is another option. So there's many options. You just have to be, you know, kind of be aware of your surroundings,
Yeah.
where to put your tent, and where to put your hammock.
Yeah.
You
And
can't-
it's also safe.
Yeah, make sure you have a safe area.
Yeah.
You know, because it doesn't matter where you travel, there's always going to be some people that you can't trust. You know, it doesn't matter where you travel. It can be anywhere in the world. You just got to know where your surroundings are.
Budget and be vigilant.
Yes, good. All right.
All right.
So what do you
That's
think? Is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
Next day, see you.
Yeah. So we'll probably see you guys tomorrow. I don't really have much of an update for my back. Today I got actually injection for my myofascial syndrome. I think I'm saying that right. And that's like trigger points in my neck. So I got, and actually I feel a little bit loose. I feel a little bit better. So if anybody has dealt with myofascial syndrome, that's like the tightness in your neck and you get these tensions, and that's all from my herniated disc. So I think once I get that fixed, I should be okay. But I guess that's the update for today. Tomorrow we have, we're gonna meet someone, and we'll go from there, and we'll see you guys later. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless.
Bye-bye.
And if anybody has any suggestions with budget travels, let us know.
Yeah. Tell us your experience.
Yeah.
How you travel and budget.
Yeah, give us some tips, because I'm always learning too. So we'll see you guys. Another taxi, yay! No. So you never have to walk very far to get a ride. So it's nice. But anyways, you guys take care. God bless, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See ya.
All right, bye.